What happened last night?
You went Canadian.
How Canadian?
This Canadian. Oh, that was supposed to be a dramatic view of the Toronto sky. You're in Toronto.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the very first international episode of Ejector Airtime. We're at Canada's Wonderland today! Yes, we are at Canada's Wonderland. I am so excited right now. Are you pumped?
Yeah!
You should be pumped. You should be jumping for joy because your foot is pudding again. She's so excited. No scooter, no wheelchair, no boots. She can do whatever she wants. We're at Canada's Wonderland. The question is, will I be able to get all 18 credits? Let's keep watching to find out. All right, first ride of the day was Thunder Run. What did you think?
I loved it!
That was a fun one. Just goes through the mountain, nothing super insane. So, good. I think that's a good way to start the day. All right, credit number 2 of the day, the Fly Wild Mouse. What did you think of that one?
It was my type of coaster. Let's go.
Lots of fun.
Lots of fun.
Just like it's like a county fair coaster,
Yeah.
but amped up a little bit more. Loads of fun.
That was fun.
Yeah, we're up to a great start.
We are.
Let's go.
Woo!
Inside the storage at the end of the platform. Once again, all hats, bags, backpacks, glasses must be removed on the ride.
Just a reminder, the fire department for this ride is 48 inches. Once again, we set the lane.
All right, next up was Dragonfire. What did we think of this one?
I liked it so much.
First looping coaster of the day, possibly the only one for you, but
Yes.
that's okay. Yeah, I know, and I'll tell you what. I know that's one of the older arrows around, but for being as old as it is, that thing actually ran smoother than some of the others I've been on. Demon at Six Flags Great America, not so much, but that one was actually pretty darn solid. So
I loved it.
I think we'll be coming back to that one,
Definitely.
especially if the line is as non-existent as it currently is. So far, 2 walk-ons and 1 wait.
Super fast, yeah.
We only waited, what, maybe not even 10 minutes, I
No,
think.
I was like
for
5-7 minutes. Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah.
You sure it wasn't 6, 7?
Oh,
You love it.
Uh-huh.
And do you want your picture with Charlie Brown and Sally? Get on in there. Here we go, folks. 1, 2, 3. Got it. You're good to go.
I'm so happy.
Yeah, we're in Planet Snoopy right now, and Anna has never been on a wooden coaster, so we're gonna go for a little ride on Coaster Coaster. You ready for this one? Let's go for it. Anna's pumped. It's time for the first kids coaster of the day. She loves her kids coasters. It's Coaster Coaster time. What did you think of Ghoster Coaster?
A+, my favorite so
That's
far.
your favorite so far?
Yeah, although I've liked everything, so it may just be recency bias. So.
I gotta say, right in the back row, that coaster may be small, but you still get some good airtime,
Yeah.
some nice pops. So yeah, no, I'd totally get on that one again, especially if the line stays as short as it has been.
Yeah, very short.
All right, up next, it's launch time. Snoopy's Racing Railway.
Let's go.
What did you think of
Refreshed.
Snoopy's Racing Railway?
So smooth and lovely.
Lots of fun.
Lots of fun.
Awesome.
Yeah. It's so refreshed.
That's like the perfect launch coaster for you.
Yeah, no, that was smooth. Anybody who doesn't like launches, go that way. That was good.
That's like the perfect one.
Yeah.
Man, you're making so much progress.
I
So
am.
what? 5 so far?
Yeah.
Thunder Run, Fly, Dragonfire, Ghoster Coaster, and this one, that's 5.
Bye.
All right, up next, it's Silver Streak time, I think. Of all the roller coasters I've been on, that was one of them.
It was.
That was jerky. That's why they call it a Vekoma Hang and Bang. So that was, that was an experience.
It was different, yeah.
All right, we made good progress. We've only been here for about an hour and a half, and we've already been on six coasters.
Yeah.
So making lots of good progress. I think it's about time to go get some food on the bellies.
Food time! Let's go!
Let's go figure out where we want to eat.
Yeah.
Got a lovely view of Alpenfury. You can see part of Wonder Mountain over there. A lovely view of this lovely person right here. And some lovely pizza slices. It's about that time. We had pizza the other day, and we saw them. It was like, let's just get them again. Because unfortunately, a whole bunch of the food stands up here are closed. I don't know why. So many of them. Grand World Expo's closed. The Beaver Tail stands are closed. I don't know what's going on. But it is very early in the season. They're not out of school yet up here in Canada, unlike us, so that's about 30 steps by. So it's understandable. I'll give them a pass on that one. It's unfortunate, but it makes sense. All right, for this next part of the video, it's time to say bye-bye to Anna. She's gonna go walk around and take a little breather while I head off and go conquer the big guns. So, we'll meet up later on to give the verdict on which ones are the best. Okay, first ride ever on Yukon Striker. I might have to think about this one, because that was pretty darn good. I really enjoyed Wrath of Rakshasa in Chicago last year, but Yukon Striker, really great experience. I mean, just going over the drop and falling like right into a tunnel that just looks way too small for the coaster. That's one of the greatest things about head choppers, and getting a seat on the end makes it that much more exciting. It elevates everything. So, yeah, I'll have to do some thinking about this one here to see where it ranks among them. I bet you this one probably would rank higher than Wrath, but right now I think it's too close to call. Well, looks like they're still retracking that one part of Mighty Canadian Mindbuster, so won't get to do that one, and we also won't get to do Daredeviler. They're still working on that one. So here is what Flight Deck currently looks like. You can see there's still some of the sections of gray track up there by the top of the lift, and then the rest of it is this really nice color. I like how this looks. This bright teal for the supports, and then the track with this bright yellow is really nice. And I've heard they're supposed to be giving this coaster the trains from the defunct SLC over at Six Flags America. So that'll potentially make this coaster at least a little bit more enjoyable. But, you know, it's an SLC. I don't expect it to be glossy smooth. All right, we got to talk about Behemoth. Airtime, great. Positives, great. Laterals, pretty solid. Unfortunately, Behemoth suffers from the infamous B&M rattle. And that kind of took away from that ride more than just a little. So I don't know if that one's going to make top 3 for this park. Okay, does anybody know a good chiropractor in Canada? Because I think I dislocated parts of my back on Wild Beast. That was very, very, very rough. I don't think I'm going on that one again. Okay, Vortex is, of course, amazing. Now the only suspended coaster I still need to get on is Ninja at Six Flags Magic Mountain, and then Vampire, which is out in the UK. But note to self, if you go on Vortex, there are no bins on the platform. I had to secure my wallet and my phone into my button pockets, and I had to basically stand on my my hat because they don't let you keep anything on the ride platform. So keep that in mind if you decide to ride Vortex and you have items. I forgot to try this at Kings Island, so we're getting it here. The signature blue ice cream. Not as absolutely excited as I thought it was going to be, but it's still pretty solid though. And it's a warm day, so we better get to work on this before it melts. And to the shock of absolutely nobody, Leviathan is elite in every way imaginable. That is absolutely going into my top 10. My God, I am out of breath. Alpha Fury is absolutely insane. It's relentless. It just doesn't stop. Every single inversion is just full of whip. The launch was absolutely crazy. Oh my God, this one and Leviathan are absolutely making the top 10 before the day is out. That's how good that was. Okay, Canada's Wonderland. Serious question about this one here. Why does this behemoth pin have a picture of Accelerator at Knott's Berry Farm on it? So while we were off, all split up for a little while, and I got to ride one more. What did you get to ride?
I got to ride Taxi Jam.
I did not think they'd let you ride that one without a kid, so that's totally awesome.
They let me on.
So you got to ride all 4 kids coasters, so what would you say your favorite one was?
It was,
which one was it?
It was the wooden one.
Coaster Coaster.
Coaster Coaster.
So Coaster Coaster was your favorite.
And then the launch one.
Snoopy's Racing Way was number 2.
Then I definitely like Taxi Jam just because it was kind of ridiculous to be on it as an adult.
And then the Vekoma Hang and Bang at the bottom.
That was not good.
I can agree with that one.
Yeah.
That one was really oddly rough.
It was strange.
Yeah, that's why they call them a Vekoma Hang and Bang.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay.
You got all the little coasters.
I did.
I got all the big coasters. Well, not all the big coasters. Some of them were closed today.
Yeah.
But Wild Beast did finally reopen, and it wasn't that great. So got as many as we could.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that's going to do it for this very, very fantastic visit to Canada's Wonderland. Now, I definitely have a few things to say, but most of it constructive. There's nothing that I really feel like super strongly negative about this park. These guys did a really great job today, keeping things going at the park. I saw a lot of things. When they went down, they were brought right back up pretty quick. I love how incredibly immersive this park is. Like, as soon as we got in, the trees and the theming just immersed you, and I just felt like we had gotten completely lost in the park, forgot where we were. The ride selection, really solid. The ones that were closed, understandable, because they are working on most of them. So at least we know that they'll be getting up again at some point in the future. What did you think?
I thought it was really fun. This has honestly been one of my better amusement park experiences that we've done on so far.
And you haven't done very many yet, so.
No, but for me it was, yeah.
So yeah.
I enjoyed it more than
I can attest to that one. Yeah, I still haven't finished my reviews on those ones. Yeah, keep an eye out. If you aren't subscribed to Ejector Airtime, make sure you are, because I'm going to have a review for Busch Gardens Tampa coming up very soon, and we'll absolutely have a vlog for this one, along with a review of this park too. And Canada's Wonderland, I have a lot of wonderful things to say about this park. I'm also very happy about the merch selection here. There are so many amazing shirts and hats and other novelty items at this park. It was really hard to choose, but we found some cool ones. You got yourself a pretty schwanky looking hat. They even had little pins that were for Taxi Jam.
Yeah.
They didn't have very many from any of the other coasters, but I thought that was cool.
Taxi Jam is elite. You really missed out by not going on that one. I think, it would have ranked high. It would have been your #1 coaster of the day if you went on that one.
Yeah, totally.
I think so. Taxi Jam above all others.
Well, I think we're going to make our way back up to the cabin and chill, and I think absolutely would want to come back to this park at some point. Very, very soon. This was a really, really good park. But yeah, for now, thank you so much for watching, and if you're not subscribed to Ejector Airtime, make sure you do so you don't miss any future content, and we will catch you on the flip side.